Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
A few things. The whole thing about the Tenryu Commission colluding with they wanted the peace talks to break down so that they could carry on fighting the war. And they said it's too late to try and... I see. I'm fine. Don't worry. This is my fault. If only I'd perceived what they were feeling earlier. I think I understand what Kozin means when he says it's too late. The talks don't begin until tomorrow, but both sides have already sent their guards to the location. They are responsible for making sure the area is safe. I highly suspect that one of Kozin's pro-war co-conspirators will have infiltrated the guards with an intent to reignite hostilities tomorrow during the negotiation. Well, that's no good. Do you want us to head over there now and switch out the guards? That won't work. Firstly, the act of bringing a new team of guards to a neutral negotiation site will put both sides on high alert. It would almost certainly push the pro-war faction into taking action. Not to mention that we have no idea how many of Watatsumi Island's soldiers are involved in this. Sounds like a really tricky situation. So is there really no... Don't let it worry you. What's done is done. These soldiers crossed the line, but the blame is not theirs alone. Whatever happens, I will find a way to ensure they... Let's meet here again tomorrow. Well, the peace talks are upon us. How do you feel? Here, take this. These are some directives I wrote last night. These negotiations are complex, to be sure, but I took the liberty of writing them all down. This way, you will be able to adapt with speed. Now, whoa! This is huge! Let's see. Fierce dispute, violent escalation, armed revolt, coordinated attack. See? Wow, there are so many! But you've thought of a solution to each one! Glad to hear it. These peace talks are quite exceptional. It is a major step forward both for Watatsumi Island, but any amount of dissatisfaction within our ranks weakens our negotiating position. We will have to work all the harder if we want these talks. As the Divine Priestess of Watatsumi Island, this responsibility is, of course, mine to shoulder. But would you be willing to lend me a... Excellent! Okay, time to head off.
Full throttle!
been a while, Kujo-Sara. I believe the last time we met was on the battlefield.
Yes, where you dealt my forces quite the devastate. But before we go any further, what are you doing here?
That's right. He's here to bear witness to the proceedings. He experienced the war between us firsthand, and has made an enormous contribution towards securing the peace we have today. I couldn't think of a more suitable candidate.
Seems reasonable. Then let's get straight into it. The first item is the maritime administration issue. During wartime, we intend to remove these restrictions. But going forward, any of your vessels that fish in our waters will have to pay taxes in accordance with Naru.
That's fine, but if they're paying taxes, they should also be entitled to protection from the Tenryou Commission while in your waters. Any losses they sustain due to issues of public security will need to be compensated by the Tenryou Commission.
Accepted. Let's add that to the peace treaty. I can assure you that your vessels will be quite...
Negotiations seem to be going...
The next item has to do with the movement of people and military authority. In the past, our people have been subjected to lengthy interrogations on arrival in Watatsumi. And the same has been true for your people. Economic cooperation between our islands has suffered greatly as a consequence. Since the war is now over, I propose that we have the Yashiro Commission appoint a business council to oversee trade between our two islands.
The problem there is that trade is a reciprocal affair. We'll need to involve merchants from both sides in this process if it is to succeed. We cannot give the Yashiro Commission...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Watatsumi Island facing severe shortages of many essential goods at the moment? Having the Yashiro Commission organize everything centrally would work in your favor.
True, we're experiencing some shortages, but we will recover in due course. Between the diverse range of goods we can produce ourselves and our strong trade links with other areas, we are capable of sourcing everything we need. Not to mention that your proposal would require separate talks with the Kamisato clan. If they've yet to sanction it, I believe...
Let's leave that aside for now, then. On to the military question. Watatsumi Island's forces will need to come back under the jurisdiction of the Tenryou.
That just isn't feasible. Not in the short term, at least.
With all due respect, feasibility doesn't come into it. The Tenryou Commission alone has ultimate responsibility for Inazuma's national security.
You Kujo scum! Colluding with the Fatui isn't low enough for you all. Comrades, never trust the Kujo! Let's get them!
Protect Madame Kujo!
Number 16. No, wait, 67? Or is it 73? Which one is it? The last one, but hold off for the moment. Stand down, Tadakatsu. The situation has changed. Please stand by for further orders. Rest assured, I am fully aware of your concerns, but I will deal with the situation from here. Madam Kujo, this is rather serious. I believe you owe Watatsumi Island an explanation.
Excuse me for a moment. Nobody makes another move until I have finished investigating. You two, here, now! Speak! Collusion with the Fatui? Is this true?
I wouldn't exactly call it collusion as such.
We were approached by a few Fatui. They mentioned a potential cooperation to keep the war against Watatsumi Island going. At the time, I felt like we could give it a try. After all, there'd be nothing to lose.
But we were extremely careful. We didn't agree to anything. We just said they could maybe start by heading to Watatsumi Island and stirring things up a little. Then we'd see how it went. With respect, ma'am, there was no collusion. It was just a one-off conversation. How anyone from Watatsumi Island even found out about it, I have no...
That's enough! When we return, there will be consequences. Might I remind you that this is the Fatui? Have you completely forgotten what they did? You should be having no interaction with them whatsoever.
The Fatui's main forces have already left Inazuma. The few who approached us seemed like they wanted to settle a score for their boss.
Oh, her subordinates. So they're out for revenge. They want to keep Inazuma in a state of turmoil. One day, I will hunt them down. Every last one. We bear responsibility for this issue. My sincere apologies. I have my own negligence to blame.
But of course, Madame Kujo. I have every confidence in your ability to resolve this situation. For the time being, however, there is evidently some discord within the Tenryou Commission's ranks. I would therefore not feel comfortable releasing Watatsumi Island's forces into your command.
It seems that I must acquiesce. I will lay this issue aside for now. But we shall revisit it as soon as the Tenryou Commission has resolved our internal issues. As for the trade issues we raised, I will discuss options with the Yashiro Commission.
Seems like Kujo-Sara's on the defensive now.
I never knew the grand strategist of Watatsumi Island was a skilled negotiator, as well as a formidable commander. I hope that when we meet again, we can continue these sit-down discussions. I think we can leave things there for today. Once I get back, I will conduct a thorough and...
I should inform you that we took out a Fatui camp recently. I suspect that before long, they will attempt to re-establish contact with your people I recommend you say and do nothing on the matter for the time being, lest you tip them off and they disappear. Wait for them to come to you.
I will bear this in mind. Thank you. I shall take my leave now. Until we meet again.
Your Excellency,
Let's discuss it after we get back.
Your Excellency, you knew?
I have already been You believe the Tenryou Commission to be untrustworthy and sought to sabotage the peace talks and reignite the war. Fortunately, the end result exposed and thwarted a secret Tenryou Commission plot. Yet, this was purely incidental, and the end certainly did not justify your...
But Your Excellency, so many comrades have sacrificed themselves in the line. I want to keep fighting. I want ultimate victory.
I understand your sentiments. But you cannot simply impose your will and expect others to bear the consequences. During the war, there were highs and there were lows. And in the end, there was a glorious victory. For you, perhaps the experience was one of great excitement. But you saw nothing of the countless others who will remember the war quite differently. Most people suffered terribly through each day. Watatsumi Island's people yearn for peace because they have long since given all they had to the war effort. They are tired of treading water, and...
But...
I understand, I do. And the fault is not yours alone. It was largely an oversight on my part.
It's not your fault, Your Excellency. It was ours. Our selfishness. Either way, we are ready to accept sentencing under martial...
Very well. Then I hereby declare... that as of today, I am founding a new secret corps of the army. This division will be responsible for keeping Watatsumi Island safe and secure, neutralizing any and all threats to the peace of our island. You and your comrades will all be welcome to join, but be warned, the training will be grueling. Persevere...
Your Excellency, what are you saying?
I have concluded from today's peace talks that the Kujo clan cannot achieve absolute peace and stability in the near future. It is right that Watatsumi Island moves towards peace, but we must still retain a defensive capacity. Those whose warrior's will is alive and well, I invite you to embark on the most challenging training regimen of your lives. I don't want to hear from any of you again until all of you can take on 2 shogunate samurai at a time.
Thank you!
All right, dismissed. And if there is, there will be no more leniency from me.
Yes, ma'am. From now on, we will focus on our training. Thank you for this opportunity, Your Excellency.
I think that's finally everything in hand. I can feel my energy levels starting to drop. Meet you back at the hideout for some rest?
Let's fly!
Thank you for everything. With your help, peace has been restored on Watatsumi Island once more. Recovering. Slowly, but surely. Today was a reminder that I don't cope well in situations with lots of people. I think I might get Goro to handle the negotiations next. Do you think so? To be honest, in the past, I was concerned only with winning the war, but I realize now that wasn't going far enough. People have all kinds. I have a long way to go. But that's okay. In short, I've still got some maturing to do. Could you stay here on Watatsumi Island? To keep me company for a while longer?
Yes. I'm afraid that I have another task that requires your assistance. The Adventurers Guild has recently received a commission directly from the Tenryou Commission. The assignment is both urgent. After assessing the assignment, the Guild has concluded that seasoned adventurers are required.
Just another day
Allow me to explain. The Tenryou Commission recently issued an arrest warrant for a young Oni by the name of Arata.
An Oni? You mean those big, tough-looking guys with horns?
That's correct. This particular Oni is quite vocal and audacious, so he already has quite the reputation on the streets. So it came as a surprise to learn that he has recently been accused of stealing things, and sometimes even whisking away the people themselves. But it doesn't end there. When the Tenryou Commission dispatched a Doshin to apprehend him, he assaulted the Doshin before making a getaway with his accomplices.
So let Paimon guess. It's up to us to bring this Oni in, no problemo!
I have complete confidence you will succeed. However, please exercise caution. This Oni also happens to hold a vision, and is the leader of an organization known as the Arataki Gang.
On second thought, Paimon will leave the fighting to you. The last place Paimon wants to be is in a gang fight.
We are still investigating Arataki Ito's, but please ask around in the streets as well. There will likely be others more familiar with Ito's circumstances. Thank you. I will await your...
Well, let's start asking around on the streets. Hopefully we'll learn a little more about this Arataki Ito guy and figure out where he might have run off to.
Read Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for complete... Ad Astra...
Lose your way. Gaining some altitude can bring... perspective. I'm a little out of practice these days. Any conflicts around? I'm in the mood for some peacemaking.
Arataki Ito? Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Word is he did something monumentally stupid, then ran off before they could catch him. And to be completely honest, I was a little surprised when I first heard it. Oh,
Wait, you mean he already had a bad rep?
no, not exactly. He's just very overbearing in everything he does. Big and brash and always making a... So, on the one hand, he's a larger-than-life kind of guy. But on the other hand, he's emotionally volatile. When he's in a good mood, he's as high as a kite. But when I don't personally see him as a bad guy. But I guess I wouldn't put it past him to get all riled up and lose control. I'm afraid that I'm not too sure myself. When someone asks for it, he's willing to lend a helping hand, but other than that, he's just out making a scene with the kids on the street or his gang. If I had to guess, his lack of income finally drove him to do something more drastic to make ends meet.
Is it just Paimon, or is this Ito fellow starting to sound pretty weird?
I'm afraid that I don't have much else to... Perhaps you could try asking around?
Okay.
Arataki Ito? Oh yeah. I heard about that whole thing. I'm sure it must have been a mix-up on the...
Huh? How can you be so sure? Is he really as trustworthy as all...
No, perhaps you misunderstand me. When I said he could never do anything dastardly, I meant he literally doesn't have what it takes. Maybe a story will explain it better. So, he used to spend a lot of time playing rock, paper, scissors and hide and seek with the kids on the streets. Kids, being kids, aren't exactly the most difficult to outsmart. I'm sure you can see what I'm getting at here. He used to lose all the time, sometimes catastrophically.
On purpose, though, right?
No, not at all. The one time I saw him win, he started jumping around and yelling, "I won! I finally won! I'm unbeatable!" And so on. Then he took the kids' candy as his prize and ate it right there in front of...
Ugh, that's just plain wrong.
He did take it way too far that time. The poor kid started crying. He was pretty quick to admit that he was fully in the wrong, and it wasn't long before the kid had stopped crying and was laughing and playing again as if nothing had ever happened. In fact, the children quite like playing with him because he's always serious about the stakes and never throws a game on purpose. So, I suppose what I'm trying to say is a guy who can't even beat kids at a children's game really gonna be capable of these kinds of diabolical deeds?
Huh. He doesn't sound like a bad guy at all.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. Still, the Tenryou Commission's evidence against him is supposed to be irrefutable. So, I'm not trying to condone his actions or anything. If he really has messed up big time, then he should face the consequences.
Thanks for the info.
My story's
Arataki Ito. Of course I know him. We've been trying to apprehend him recently. We know he's already left Inazuma City, but with no clues to follow, we have no choice but to commission others for...
Catherine says that Arataki Ito hasn't done anything seriously bad before, so it seems pretty strange. Paimon's curious. Is there any evidence of all this stuff he's...
Yes, of course. Otherwise, we'd never have put so many... For starters, most thieves will try to devise a way to conceal their identity. But for an Oni, the horns are a dead giveaway. I mean, at first, he was just one of our suspects. But when we went to investigate, he personally confessed to everything and started trying to provoke the officers. What's most frustrating is that he then managed to escape along with his entire gang. Of course he did. Whether material or psychological, there is plenty of evidence either way. He's never had a Mora to his name his entire life, and he's never kept down a real job. Word is that he also takes care of someone in his gang. After scrounging for a living all these years, maybe he thought that being the bad guy would be an easier ride. As for his psychological motives, it's a bit embarrassing to talk about, but we confiscated his vision during the Vision Hunt Decree. At the time, Arataki Ito put up quite a fight. It took a huge amount of manpower and resources, and in the end we had to enlist the help of Kujo Sara to finally secure his vision. The Vision Hunt was a mistake, but we never expected that he would go to such extreme lengths to take revenge on us.
He does sound a little unstable, just like people have been saying.
If the two of you are able to capture Arataki Ito, please bring him straight here. We'll handle him from there.
Thanks for all the info. Too bad we still still don't know where he could have run off to. We already got word on the street,
Have we
so
really run out of
maybe
exciting
it's time to talk to a real specialist. Paimon remembers that there's a detective agency here in Inazuma. Maybe we can try asking there.
Exploration and trial. Rev the engines!
Hello, we'd like to ask some questions about Arataki Ito.
Oh, him again. Sure. I have answers. We've already done some investigating for the Tenryou Commission. But first, do you have enough Moro to cover the fee? I've heard all about your travels. After everything you've been through.
How much more are we talking?
A one-off payment of 397,000 Mora, up front. Plus a further 5% of your Adventurers Guild remuneration.
Whoa! That's crazy expensive! How did you even come up with the...
Hold on. I wasn't finished. It just so happens the initial fee has already been paid in full by the Tenryou Commission. All you'll need to pay is the small commission fee. And, as for that amount, I'll settle things with the Adventurers Guild once we have Ito. So, from the way I see it, you guys are getting a pretty nice deal. Now then, to give you the full picture in this case, we must A long time ago, in a village lost to time, there lived a Crimson Oni and a Blue Oni. They were the best of friends. The Crimson Oni looked fierce, but was gentle like the humans. The Blue Oni looked human, but was reclusive, like an Oni. The Crimson Oni wished to befriend the humans, but they were scared and threw beans at him whenever he came near. So the Blue Oni said to the Crimson Oni,
Akka, I'll cause trouble in the village. You come and stop me. Then the humans will accept you.
As planned, the Crimson Oni chased the Blue Oni away. The Crimson Oni's deeds spread throughout the land, and people finally accepted him. But when the Crimson Oni went to tell the Blue Oni the good news, he was gone and left only a letter behind.
I went traveling. Don't come find me or they'll treat you as a naughty little Oni. But don't worry about me. No matter where I go, we'll always be friends.
Huh? That's it? What about the little Blue Oni? Whatever happened to him?
I suppose the blue Oni simply disappeared, never to be seen again. Only the crimson Oni remain now.
But the blue Oni was just an innocent little kid!
Of course it does. Otherwise, I wouldn't go through all the trouble of telling it. One interpretation is that the story is actually broadly based on historical events and that Arataki Ito is, in fact, a descendant of the Crimson Oni. What I'm trying to tell you is that the Oni have sacrificed a lot in the past in order to finally integrate themselves into human society. But there are still some volatile. Every generation of Oni inherits these traits. So while Arataki Ito has never been known to commit a wrongful act in the past, can we ever completely rule out the possibility of him one day allowing this side of him to take over?
But how could he do that? After the blue Oni's sacrifice?
That's a very old story. Nobody knows how long it's been since the blue Oni disappeared. We can only assume that they have long since died out, in which case, it would be quite a stretch to say it still counts as a betrayal at Besides, the suspect has already confessed. What is there left to discuss? According to my investigation, he was headed southwest. I would bet he's already made it to Yashiori Island by now. The Tenryou Commission is unable to enter territory controlled by Sangonomiya troops. No doubt that's the reason Arataki Ito chose to flee. Don't mention it.
Wait! Paimon still has a question. If Arataki Ito has given into his bad side, won't that mean he's extra mean and violent now?
I could only assume so. Judging from his previous bouts, he is a skilled...
Okay, but what's up with people throwing beans at Oni? What use is that?
Ah, yes. Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that Arataki Ito is allergic to beans. In fact, all Oni will avoid beans, but especially Ito. I heard that just touching a bean is enough to incapacitate him. If you could weaken him a bit by triggering his allergies, perhaps you'd have better luck subduing him.
It's fine. He's the bad guy, remember?
It just so happens that I have a bag of beans right here. I was planning to use them to make some porridge, but I think you will find a better... Of course, I will charge the Adventurers Guild a fair and reasonable rate for the beans.
Sneaky! But also, thanks! Let's head to Yashiori Island and start looking for Ito.
Please speak to President Sangha. I'm just a helper.
Take me up!
Huh? You're really gonna go flying in this weather? You think you can outrun a lightning strike?
stop me!
Let's fly!
Ito should be somewhere around here. Catherine mentioned that he has a vision. Why not see if you can track him down using elemental sight? Look, footprints! Let's see where they lead. There's a camp here, but nothing stands out as particularly noteworthy. Let's keep moving forward. There are more footprints here. He should be just up ahead. Wait, could that be him? Is that Arataki Ito? He doesn't seem to be looking this way. Perfect. Let's try the beans, detectives. It'll save a lot of hassle if we...
Sneaking around over there. Come on, show yourself.
Hey, we've been Is that doesn't seem to... It'll save a lot of...
Beans!
Are you okay? What should we do? Paimon didn't think he'd react this fast.
Don't be alarmed. It's just my my allergies acting up. I've got it under control. It's all right. I got this. I just gotta tough it out. I can take it. I can take it. Who am I kidding? I gotta catch my breath here. Whatever it is you want, it's gonna have to wait. I need a moment. Need a moment. Woo, that's better. That sure took a lot out of me, though. Hey, why'd you have to be so mean, huh? Surprise attacking me like that. Oh, I get it. So you're here to bring me in. How in the world did you find me all the way out here? Well, whatever. If you think I'm going back with you, you can forget it. I'd walk away if I were you. I pack a mean punch, you know. I don't want to hurt any regular folks like you.
That's pretty big talk considering all the beans we have.
Yep, that's right. Me, all by myself. Nobody else. As boss of the Arataki gang, I gotta nab a little food and drink when we're running low. That's only natural, right?
Yeah, but nabbing people? That's taking it a bit far, don't you?
Not when their families will pay good mora to see them again. Easy pickin'. And the extra mora means I can, give some to my gang to spend on themselves. Hey, what's with all the questions? Like I said, I'm not going back with you, so stop wasting—
No way, mister! We've accepted a commission—
What did you say, little one? Go on. Say it to my face.
Well, mostly he took a commission to bring you back.
Looks like you aren't gonna let this drop. In that case, we—
Uncle Ito! Don't run now. Careful or you'll fall.
What's taking you so long? You said we were gonna have a beetle fight today. Come on, you
yeah, that's right. Still going ahead. But you see, I've been out here for ages, and I still can't find a beetle that I like, so just give Uncle Ito a little more time, okay?
Huh? Who are they?
Yeah, that's right. I told them not to come, but what can I say? They were just too worried about me. It's because of a little thing called, prestige. Yeah, because of all the prestige.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Come on, just play along. Leave the kid out of this.
Uncle Ito, you don't look so good. You look like you're about to fall.
That's because Uncle Ito bumped his noggin on a tree branch while looking for a beetle. Uh-oh. It's all good, though. These horns are rock solid.
Okay, if you say so. Granny and I will keep heading back now. Don't be too long.
Yep, I'll be right there. Hope you're ready to lose today.
Who were those people?
The old lady was Granny Oni. She's the one who took me in and raised me. And the kid's name is Daisuke. I took him in just a while back. They're both like family to me. They escaped with me out this way, along with my boys from the Arataki gang. If I didn't bring them with me, the Tenryou Commission would be knocking on their doors for sure.
Right. But if you care about them so much, then you shouldn't have done all that stuff that made them—
Listen, how about we make a deal? You two let me go wrap things up with Daisuke, and once we're done battling beetles, the two of us will settle things with a duel. If you win, I'll come quietly. You can take me back to Inazuma City, and you won't hear a peep out of me. Why? 'Cause I'm an Oni of my word. I'll just tell little Daisuke that my friends and I need to step outside for a moment. That way he won't worry. Cool?
What should we do?
Oh, it's on! I like your style. All right, but first things first. I need to find an Oni Kabuto to battle with. I've been looking here for ages and haven't found my... Come with me. Saves you worrying that I might skedaddle.
Hip. Rev the engines!
By the way, Paimon's curious.
You guys have seen Oni Kabuto out in the wild, right? Even though they might look menacing on the outside, they're big softies on the inside. Most of the time, they're just sit. But let me tell ya, the grand game of beetle fighting is a match where your beetle tries to flip the other beetle. Hey, it's not just some kid's game, okay? There's way more to. I have taken part in more beetle fights than you would believe. At least 800. I may have even crossed. But it's not just about all the physical stuff. Oh no, your Oni Kabuto's got to be in the right headspace as well. If it's not up for a fight or doesn't have the guts, boy, are you too lucky you ran into me. When it comes to beetles, I'm the
But we're not the ones that will be playing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, anyway, not a problem. You two might think I'm just tooting my own horns here, but just you wait. I'll make you a And by the way, that kid has one tough beetle. We can't underestimate it. You have to find a
Okay, so he's not the sharpest horn on the Oni.
Okay, let me see. Ah, there. Let's head to that hill.
Uh-oh! Lightning storm!
Ah, just our luck. Well, hopefully that'll scare all the wimpy beetles away and leave the tough ones for us. Oh, darn it, they're all gone. Let's hop down from here and take a look. My gut's telling me that there's a king-size beetle just below. Beefy Beetle King, here we come! Look, you see all those purple things? It's a whole pile of Oni Kabuto! Now that's what I'm talking about! Huh? Oh, what the... Aw, no, not lavender melons. Well, even a pro like myself can make a mistake from time to time. It's okay, just gotta roll with the punches. Let's try somewhere else. This is the one! This is the one! See? As long as you're in my company, you're guaranteed to find yourself an Oni Kabuto. Yeah, it's on the smaller side, but size isn't everything in a beetle fight. Just let the expert explain, okay? Listen, you can never see a beetle's true energy until it's in. It might look a bit young and docile, but that's got its advantages. Haven't you ever heard the saying, don't judge a book by its cover? Young beetles that have never fought before always go all out in their first fight. Older beetles that have already been through the wars tend to just cower in the corner the moment they see a strong opponent. Hey, didn't I say not to worry? Come on, just have a little faith, would ya? My experience is telling me that this Oni Kabuto was spawned to...
Right here! Look what Paimon found! If we're gonna battle some beetles, then Paimon wants in! It's not like we have anything else to do. When you hopped down, Paimon flew off somewhere else nearby and found this. What do you think, Ito? It's big and strong and looks like a riphead. The one you guys found must be way bigger.
Oh, you got some experience catching beetles too, huh?
Nope. This is the first one, Paimon.
Well, looks like you got a real knack for this. You'll be a fellow beetle fighting expert in no time.
Oh, so overall not that good then.
Anyway, great. With both your beetle and mine, I can tell this'll finally be the one. Well, you know, that's just life, man. There are so many people in this world who are talented. Perhaps so many unrelated things have to come together at once in just the right way to make...
As in pure luck? Huh. Guess it makes no difference whether we have Paimon's beetle or not then.
Whoa. let's not do anything rash here, you know? I think both of these fine beetles have a shot at winning. Anyway, time to head back and get this show started. Man, I am psyched for this. Woo! Let's go!
Rev the engines! The rewards of an adventure worth remembering. Try and stop me! Take me up!
Let's fly.
Full throttle!
Finally, you're back. Can we start our beetle fight?
Yeah, sure thing, buddy.
Don't worry.
I've got this fight in the bag. Let's go, Nimble Ninja!
Huh? When did you come up with that?
Come on, you can take him, little guy!
That's a...
Oh, no! My little Nimble Ninja!
Ha! Looks like
Dang it! Ugh, it's my 7th loss in a row.
Stripey Ghost is invincible.
I won't forget this. I'll beat you next time, I swear! All right, Paimon, you're up. Time to give Crimson Cyclone a shot. Maybe it'll end this losing streak of mine.
All right, go get him, Crimson Cyclone!
Whoa! That one looks ultra strong. But it's still no match for you.
All right, little guy, use your super Paimon
No.
Yay! We won! Ha!
Boy, did that one put up a fight. Woo! It was... I know.
See? Paimon's got real talent. Of course, Crimson Cyclone has... Oh, right. Yeah. Now that the... This is for you, Daisuke.
Huh? For me?
Go ahead, take it, Daisuke. When we finally get back to the city, you can show it off to all your friends.
But will we ever be able to go?
Of course we will. Trust me. I never go back on my word. Anyway, I got some things I gotta discuss with my friends here. Go play with Granny for a while, would ya? There's a good boy.
Good. The kid doesn't suspect it.
You're from the Tenryou Commission, aren't you? I bet you're here to capture Uncle Ito.
Huh?
Hey, didn't I tell you? They're my friends. In fact, they're in the gang. We're practically family.
That's not true. I already know everyone in your little gang, but I've never seen these two. Uncle Ito didn't do anything wrong. And not only did he not do anything wrong, he also saved my life. He's not a bad guy.
Hey, some things we don't tell to outsiders, remember? How should I
Ito, sometimes you need to just say what you have to say.
Seems I can't hide it anymore. Come with me, I'll explain everything. I'll be honest with you. This thing the Tenryou Commission is investigating, with someone going around taking people and their possession, I have my own reasons for lying about it. And I really didn't want to get innocent people caught up in this while I'm still trying to solve the real problem. And the same as you. I just want to avoid conflict at all costs. But
So why in the world would you say...
well, maybe you don't know because you're Outlanders, but it all started a long...
Hold on a second. If you're talking about that fairy tale...
Oh, so you already know. Well, that makes things a whole lot...
So, is the story...
Everything about the fate of the Oni is true. The Blue Oni chose exile, and the Crimson Oni stayed... But the other details aren't historically accurate. Fairy tales are nice stories, but there's something. The Inazuma of long ago was a dangerous place. If you wanted the Raiden Shogun's protection, you had to have a good... The Oni are a proud kind, so it wasn't easy for them to ask others for acceptance. Over time, the Oni eventually split. The Crimson Oni were friendly with the humans, but the Blue Oni, they were more stubborn.
Paimon thought you were two different species. So really, you're all one...
Yep, that's right. There's no real difference between us. We just paint our horns different colors to show which side we belong to. Because humans were still wary of Oni at the time. The Crimson Oni always hoped to find a way to live in peace with the humans, but the Blue Oni kept clashing. Humans didn't see a difference between Crimson and Blue Oni. All they knew was that Oni were hard to get along with. If things were to continue that way, the Oni were never gonna get along with humans. And so, the most revered leaders of the Crimson and Blue Oni decided to resolve it. Over drinks, they swore an oath. The Blue Oni would play the role of evil Oni to help the Crimson Oni integrate into human society. But the Blue Oni's leader gave... First, the Oni must abandon any prejudice they held against humanity. Every Oni was to accept humans in their heart before the humans accepted them. Oni were not to use their strength to mistreat humans, but were also not to stand for mistreatment against themselves. Second, the Crimson Oni were to integrate with human society, but not by trying to please the humans. The Oni were to embrace their own honest characters, their surging tempers, and their awesome strength to win respect. In other words, they were to carry on the Oni bloodline while also protecting our Oni pride. After choosing exile, the number of Blue Oni began to dwindle, until eventually, they disappeared altogether. Since I first heard the story of the Blue and Crimson Oni as a kid, I've heard it countless times in my life. Not once did I ever imagine that the Blue Oni clan had actually survived.
So you're saying the real culprit was a descendant of the Blue Oni?
That's right. Most people don't pay attention to the color of an Oni's horns. They probably don't even know that Blue Oni exist. But nothing gets by the Arataki gang. At the scene of the crime, they saw an Oni with different color horns than mine. Still, it'd be strange if the culprit really was a descendant of the Blue Oni. I can't bring myself to Exactly. They would give up their life before abandoning their pride. I've always respected the Blue Oni for the sacrifice they made. And I know the aspirations our pride does not allow for any wrongdoing. You don't steal from other people. My guess is that the Blue Oni was tricked or forced into it somehow. But that's right. If I didn't step in, the Tenryou Commission would have definitely caught them by now.
But what does Daisuke have to do with any of this?
He was the one I managed to save from the Ronin after I sent them running from the scene. He was off playing somewhere when they came by and ransacked his house. By the time he came back, his parents had been taken. The whole reason I'm in this is to help this kid find his mom and dad again. I never wanted to tell you any of this. My original plan was to knock you both out and take my family to hide somewhere else. There's more to this than just one Blue Oni. There's a dangerous group behind everything that's been going on. I didn't want to get anyone else caught up. That's everything. The whole story. If you don't believe me and want to drag me back to Inazuma City, then I'm gonna fight you with all I... But if you're willing to believe me, then please.
Yep, Paimon too! Just treat it like we're here to keep an eye on you.
So, you... all right. I knew you'd be reasonable. I knew it. I was thinking right from the start, these two fine folks, they're just out. Well, I should tell you though, things could get a little dangerous, so,
Don't worry about us.
All right, then our first job is to investigate where this blue Oni is hiding out. There's a victim of his that saw him up close, currently
Take me up!
Yo, you must be Masato.
An Oni?
Oh, yeah. Not the one that robbed you, though, so, chill. I contacted you before, remember? I need your help.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm still a bit on edge after the... It's not the first time that's happened to me. Usually, you just hand over some Mora and they'll leave you alone. At least you don't lose your goods that way. But this time was different. They weren't willing to talk things over.
Huh? That's totally uncomfortable.
I got down on my knees and begged. Said I had a family. Then I saw that there was an Oni among the group. I thought he was going to be the one to finish me off, but instead, he stopped the others and told them to let me go. Yeah, that got them all arguing with each other. His cohort said that I was sure to retaliate if they released me. But the young Oni was insistent that they shouldn't lay a finger on me. Things got real heated. I thought they were gonna come to blows. Luckily, they let me escape with my life in the end. And I scrambled to get myself here.
So he'll steal, but he won't harm people. Seems he has some sort of standards. Did he say why they were robbing you?
Surely it was Mora, right? What else could they have wanted with... I mean, I can't say for sure. It's not like I asked. But what I did hear them say was, the goods are worth more than the merchant's life. Or something like that.
Ugh, that idiot Oni. Do you have any idea where they went after they robbed you?
I have no clue. But I think they're pretty active in the Tatarasuna area. You aren't gonna go after them, are you? Seriously, I'd advise against it. They're...
don't worry. It's just a bunch of no-name scumbags. I got a whole laundry list of scores to settle with them. If these two islands are where they tend to hang around, we're sure to run into them at Nazuchi Beach sooner or later.
Let's fly!
They gotta pass through here sometime. Let's just hang tight for a while. If I'm not mistaken, they'll be showing up, eh?
Yeah, things might... Oh, here they come!
Yeah, there they are. And one of them has horns. All right, it's go time. Let's get... Arataki numero un... Ha! Attaboy!
Let's get.
Looks like you fellas aren't going down without a fight. Fine by me. Let's fight first, talk later. Ha!
It's my lucky day. My blade. See no more. To the fairy.
Okay, let's roll.
To the fairy.
Hey, don't even think about running. It's me, Arataki Ito, descendant of the Crimson Oni.
I know who you are. From the day we are born, every blue Oni knows their purpose. We all know our fate, but what about the Crimson Oni, You don't know anything about us. Not our miserable history, or any of our names. Mine's Takuya, by the way. But you don't even care, because those who get sacrificed should be forgotten, right?
No, you're wrong. I never knew the Blue Oni had survived to this day, and the moment I found out, I was determined that Since you remember the pact between our two factions, I assume you all— So my question is, how could a proud Oni like yourself go and abuse the weak and plunder the Huh? What's so funny?
Who are you to talk about pride and oaths with me? The Blue Oni gave up everything, just so the Crimson— But let me ask you, Arataki Ito, what exactly do you contribute? You're a blundering fool who can't hold down a real job, a laughingstock of the town, and worse still, you let them get your vision during the Vision Hunt decree. Protecting the Oni— You're a disgrace to the Oni kind.
Hey, come on. None of that stuff's a big deal. I mean, you're really hanging me out to dry here, man.
Since when do you care what other people think? You just do whatever— But do you have any idea of the kind of life my kin and I have lived while you've been hanging? We were cut off from the rest of the world. We severed all contact with it. And since then, we've had no place to live, no clothing, no medicine, nothing. Besides the oath—
So, that's why you joined a band of—
That's right. Why should I accept that life? Is holding fast to a worthless oath— I've abandoned our Oni pride. It's meaningless. I've given everything that I've stolen from humans to my community. What I've taken will at least keep them from starving. That's what matters most to me.
Yeah, and besides, if people see Oni causing trouble again, then that'll defeat the whole purpose of—
You make a good point. But Arataki Ito's the one who The Blue Oni are the bad guys. So we're expected to do bad things. Unless, of course, this bonehead decides it'd be a great idea to take all the blame for himself, completely destroying the trust between humans and the Crimson. He's the one that wasted the sacrifice.
Huh? Well, I only had to do that because of you. I couldn't just stand back and let the Tenryo Commission drag you away.
You should get your priorities. The Blue Oni are history, all right? Forget about us. Why couldn't you have just stayed out of this?
There they are. Seize them!
Oh no! It's the Tenryo—
Forget it. Look, I don't expect you to understand me, but you could at least take a look in the mirror sometime.
Hey! Hey! He got away!
can't get caught here. Looks like I'm up to bat. Just wait here, and we'll escape together when the time's... Whatever you do, don't attack any of the
Battle formation! Get them!
Attaboy!
Soldiers, quick! I must withdraw.
Hey, I wasn't ready. Let's roll.
Take this!
Come on, men. He won't get away this time. Just give yourself up, Arataki Ito.
You must match my strength! Get them!
Attaboy! It's showtime! Man, they really came out in force today. But I still haven't completely recovered from the bean attack earlier. No way. All that would do is send them after our blue Oni friend instead. But I have to settle things with him first.
Then what should we do?
No choice but to keep kicking some...
Hey, boss! Thought you'd have all the fun without us, huh?
Granny Oni sent us. We're here to lend a hand.
Maybe we can't take him, but we can sure slow... Hey, I told you to stay out of...
Well, we're in it now.
Go, do what you gotta do, boss.
All right then, watch yourselves. Come on, you two. Time to roll.
Don't let them get away. After them.
Hey, you guys want some of this?
Run for it, boss!
As boss of the Arataki gang, getting rescued by my own boys feels pretty humiliating. I promise to never let you down, boys. All right, we've got some footprints to follow. Let's find Takuya.
It was real touching and all what they did, but those few guys weren't much of a gang.
Hey, it takes Mora to run a gang, okay? They're all I've got for now. Huh. Is it just me, or are there more and more footprints here? At least we know we're headed the right way. Let's see what else we can find ahead. A wrecked cart and some goods. Look alive, we've got company.
Switching gears.
Hold on to your hats.
Open fire!
There's more!
Open fire! Wrath from the sky! Open fire!
Fairy!
Day. Let's fly.
Seems they definitely don't want us going any further. Let's see what's waiting for us up ahead. Besides the footprints, there are other signs of life here too. Must be plenty going on around here. Let's investigate. They couldn't have just disappeared into thin air. Unless they're all ninjas or something. Hidden entrance, yes! All right, I think we just found their hideout. This is gonna be where they keep all the people they took.
Paimon thinks Takuya's probably in there as well.
Huh? Fire? Of course I did. Come on, I'm not. But it takes a world-class blockhead like Takuya to think his ideas are actually good. So I'm here to save him no matter what.
Huh? What were you two talking about?